Okay, so here is the demo of JSON viewer and editor as I promised in the previous article. As I mentioned, the purpose of this particular component is to basically add an ability to view or edit the mini JSON structures which we usually save on records as teeny configurations, or in most of the scenarios we have um, log records where we capture this integration request and response bodies, and often they are very huge. So when we have them on a typical text area field, they are not pretty enough uh, that can be debugged easily. So to view that, to beautify that, we usually use online editor tools, and it's not always recommended because we don't know how they process that JSON record um, uh, on the site, right? They do claim that it's only at the client side, and once we close the browser, they don't process it, but chances are that they might read it. So, especially when it comes to domains like healthcare and all, we have to be very careful about where we copy paste the data. Even if it is for just debugging purpose, that you just want to see what record was generated or what record did come into the org. So here I am demonstrating the component, and I'm taking one of the fire resources, which are complex JSONs. So I'm taking an example of a biopsy JSON. Okay, and let me put that here in the body text area field. So here, as you see, this is how it looks when you edit the field, and then going through this JSON and trying to understand whether it's structurally correct based on the schema that was shared from the endpoint is a little bit difficult. Okay, so similarly, let me take some other fire resource, maybe general procedure. Okay, and let me put this into another field. So here I'll demonstrate how you can use the same instance, different instance of the same component, and you can view and edit them individually. Okay, so edit a page, right? Once you upload this code base into your org, you will find a component named threads EasyJSON. Okay, so for request and response, let me just add an accordion here, right? And I'll rename this to say request body, and this one as say response. And now I'll drag and drop the component into this bins. So here we need to give the name, API name of the field from which the JSON string should be taken. This is body.c, and another instance configured with second API. Okay, there are two more modes that are available here. Choices configuration, one which says view mode only, which means if you select this, then that particular component will show the JSON in view only mode. That means you won't be able to edit it, but you'll see this pretty beautified tree structure and validate the schema. Save pretty is right now you're seeing this JSON. It's saved as in pretty mode, right, wherein the tabs and new lines are added for the key value pairs. If you want to save space, because you won't be anyways having this field on the layout, right? So if you want to save the storage space of your record, you can get it saved in non-pretty format, because anyways you will be using this component. So that option is also there. So let me select this. I'll demonstrate this on save. You will see how the non-pretty format looks. Go back. So this is how it looks. We have already seen, right? So there are different options. You can collapse and expand the entire JSON structure at once, there is a sort option, right? So right now it's in the order that it's there in the JSON string, original string, but if you want to um, say sort in ascending or descending order, you can sort that. So now it's in ascending order. If you see B, C, S, the inner semi JSON is also sorted, and the outer JSON body is also sorted. Undo redo option, if you make some change you want to undo, you can do that. Then the filter is an advanced feature of this particular editor. This uses a library, open source library called JSON editor. So also want to call out a disclaimer that if there comes any bugs within the library, there are chances that that will be reflected here as well. So this is for more details on this filter option, how it works, you can refer this JMES path, which is a filter language for your JSON data. So that's also available. You can filter it and you can view it. So it's like your SQL queries that we have in Salesforce. This is specific for JSON data. You can also search directly here for some keys and it will highlight that, right? So you can quickly directly go through that key and then make changes. Okay. The different structure, as I mentioned, if it's view mode selected while configuring the component, you will see a structure like this, and you won't be able to edit the keys as such. Right? This will be read only. So, and then there is code, which is a raw JSON in text mode, but it's bit formatted, right? So this is made available if you want to copy paste key value pairs, right? From somewhere else you want to say copy paste and then save it. This mode will be handy because copy paste as of now it's not available in tree mode. Okay, you can make changes, right? Diagnostic procedure. Let me make a change that will be quickly visible. Say body, site, or maybe ID. ID is biopsy, right? So let me put ID here. Okay, and here you see this is the field. Keep an eye on this. When I save it, it will reflect there. So this is the non-pretty format. So this will save some space on your record as such. So it's a bit difficult to find that one, so let me search for it. See ID, yeah, here it is. Let me edit this again, right, and save it. See this reflected. So you can make changes even in the array fields, just like this key value pair. You can expand, and then you can also change the order. So if I change the order here, say category, I'm on at the top. So if you keep an eye here this time, right, the category will be added at the top. So you can just drag and drop and change the categories. And then if you want to add a key value pair, you can click on these boxes and you can duplicate the field, right? So it will get duplicated, and then you can make changes here. You can insert, right, array, key value pair, or string. So if it's a key value, it will show like this, right? This is an array. This gave me an array, right? And here I can then add object value. So this becomes key value pair. Let me add one more. Object. Yeah, this was also an object, sorry. So let me add an array this time, right? So this is an array. Yeah, if there is a duplicate key, it also gives a warning like this. It will allow you to so if you try to save it, it will append this text called copy, because duplicate keys are not possible in JSON, right? So it automatically does that. That's another benefit. And here if you append, it will give this array option automatically. See, instead of giving a blank value to enter a key that we did here, right, it's giving it's indexing keys automatically for you. So if I save this, these things will go. So if I'm not able to check that, let me just, yeah, this one object, array id2. So yeah, this I believe would be a very useful tool or component that you can reuse on any object where you are saving this JSON structures, which will help you view and edit real fast. Yeah, so this is what we configured for this response field. So this different instance of the same component can now handle this. Let me save it. Let me try to change this text and keep an eye there to reflect. Yeah, so that's all about it. Hope you like the component. If you find it useful, go ahead and make a purchase. Thank you.